Hello from Boston, Beantown Wave in the building. This is your girl on TikTok, BB Fabulous, or you might know me as Asia LaK or Asia the K. Enough intro aside. I'm here to talk about our Web3 word of the day. The Web3 word of the day is consensus. Why is consensus the Web3 word of the day? Well, it's because it has a lot to do, everything to do with how blockchain works. And it has a lot to do, everything to do with why blockchain is such a valuable tool. So, with that introduction being said, let's define the word consensus. Okay. Consensus is commonly thought of as everybody agrees 100% across the board, but that is far from the truth. Consensus is when more than the majority agree. So consensus can be 51%, as we see often in some presidential elections. Not with Obama, of course, what I'm saying. Besides the point, this isn't political. The point is that in a blockchain network, if I send you some Bitcoin, here's what's going to happen. Depending on what kind of wallet I have, okay? So let's say I have a hot wallet like Cash App. And let's say I send you $50 in Bitcoin. What's going to happen is this. That $50 in Bitcoin, that data, it's going to travel and become attached to a block. It's going to board a block. That's its destination. It's aiming to reach a block. What helps it get to that block is when these things called nodes, which you could consider to be the security guards of the Bitcoin network. Let's talk about Bitcoin. They're the security guards slash cashiers slash mathematicians. These nodes, that's what they are. They have a lot of jobs. But their number one job is to solve a math problem. Now, it's not like a math problem like, okay, algebra, trigonometry, something like that. It's gonna be something super random. Their goal is to guess the random number. Yeah, okay, that's no fun. One thing, I guess a random number, okay. But it becomes a competition between all the nodes in the network. And when I say all the nodes, what I mean by that is that every single transaction that happens on the blockchain happens all across the blockchain. So your nodes are going to be on computers, they're going to be in mining rigs, they're going to be anywhere that mines Bitcoin. And it's a lot of places. So when I send that $50, all of the miners, even though they're doing the same job, they're competing with each other to be the first one to solve that random number. They want to be the first one to guess that random number. Now, when a miner is successful, and when I say miner, also I mean nodes. Nodes and miners are the same damn thing. In order for a miner / node to be the successful winner that solves the puzzle, the random number, finds that puzzle piece that's missing, what will happen is everybody agrees. It becomes valid across the whole blockchain. So all the nodes know what every other node is doing at the same time. And because all the nodes know what every other node is doing, nobody can cheat, nobody can lie. It's receipts, baby. That's what it is. It's receipts. And these receipts, they have a technical term. You call them your transaction hash. You got your transaction hash. You can go on a website called Etherscan. You can copy that number, paste it into Etherscan, and you can see what is going on with that transaction in real time. That's kind of cool. Okay, so it solves the puzzle. I see the transaction hash. Now what? What does that even mean? That means that the block has that means that the money or the data that we've sent, that $50 that I sent to you, has now boarded a block. A block full of a whole bunch of other transactions, a whole bunch of other data of people sending money here, money there, money here, money there. Think of it like a bus. They're all waiting to get on the bus. And once everybody's on the bus and validated, once the bus driver checks that ticket fare and the bus is full, then that block can be added to the previous block in the chain. Think of it like a railroad. You know those funny parts in like cartoons when the railroad goes off the tracks and they're like trying to go through the mine and they get, they unattach from the rest of the car. So think of it like the railroad car is going. It's moving through time. And as that new block with all those new transactions that have been validated and confirmed by every other node on the chain, once that new block is full, it's able to link on, chain together with the previous block. That's why they call it blockchain. Because each block in the chain, each block connects to the previous block by a chain. It's verified. Nobody can say it didn't happen. Unless, one thing, one of the main dangers of blockchain technology, especially when it comes to smaller networks, less established networks, because there's more than one blockchain. I used to think the blockchain, but there are many blockchains. So let's imagine a blockchain called, let's name it Cordo, on the Cordo blockchain, okay? The Cordo blockchain, all of the nodes in the peer-to-peer decentralized system And it's decentralized because it's not owned by one person. Twitter, your Facebook, your MySpace, shout out to Tom, owned by one person or a group of people. That person or that group has full control over whether or not you are allowed to use that platform. It's kind of a dictatorship. So when we say Web3, we're talking about a revolution. We're talking about freedom. However, what is the biggest risk to that freedom, besides FUD, is a 51% attack. Ooh, what's that? 51% attack. Oh, Lord, have mercy. I don't know if I want to know about all that. It's important. And I'm not going to say it's not complicated, because I hate when people do that. They say, oh, it's easy. And you're like, no, it's not. That was not easy. But I'm going to do my best to keep it simple. If you're a non-technical person, you can still learn. The information seems overwhelming, and a lot of times that feeling of overwhelm might prevent you from doing your own research. The important thing is to overcome that feeling. Let that feeling come and let that feeling go. It might take you learning one new word a day. But that time that you spend learning one new word a day might save you a lot of money, because there are unscrupulous characters online, especially in Telegram and Discord for some reason, but you can find them anywhere. And these unscrupulous scammers online are becoming more and more creative every day. And that scares people. When something goes wrong, you want to be able to go to some type of police. You want to be able to report it. You want to say, I was wronged, help me out. With the current system, we don't have that framework yet. I have hope that we will get that framework. But part of us getting that framework is educating ourselves. Even if it's one word a day. Now let's get back to that 51% attack, shall we? In a 51% attack, 51% of all the nodes in a network, 51% of all the miners solving those math problems are controlled by one entity. That entity could be one person, it could be a group of people, it could be a shadowy organization. But either way, if this happens, if 51% of a network becomes owned, let's say owned, that's kind of the best word for this type of attack. If 51% of that network gets attacked and gets controlled, becomes under the control of this conglomerate or person, then what happens is they get to change the rules. They get to say, oh, think that I want to spend a little money here. I think I want to spend a little crypto here. And then I want to write that it wasn't spent. I want to take an eraser and erase that transaction. I want to go into the store, pretend I bought something, find a receipt on the ground and return it and get some money. That's what a 51% attack can do. They can rewrite a transaction to make it so that the receipts are unreliable. The transaction hashes become unreliable because 51% of the nodes, 51% of the miners, 51% of the security guards decided that they wanted to change the rules. So that's a 51% attack. There are other things that happen in a 51% attack. And we're not going to get into all of them right now. But the important thing to know is don't give your crypto wallet to somebody on Telegram or Discord saying they're going to airdrop you some money. They're going to airdrop you some crypto. Never, ever, 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 ever do that. You will get scammed. I don't know if it's true, but it's a fact. Or I don't know if it's a fact, but it's true. There are cases where people have given their wallet address to an airdrop. Maybe it's made in a Google form or something like that. And the very creative hacker, who in my opinion is really misusing that creativity, this person or group of people or conglomerate, I don't know, they could decide to hack you and steal all your shit. None of us wants that to happen. We want to live in a society where we trust each other. And that hasn't happened for a long time, if ever. Maybe it's starting to happen now. Maybe Web3 is starting to open the door to... I'm gonna have to wait. How you doing? Good. So, I'm gonna end the video with this. Don't be afraid of something that you don't understand. All you have to do, and I say all you have to do like it's that simple, but take one step. Start there. You are not going to learn everything about a blockchain in a day. But you will gain a piece of the puzzle to understand what this technology is useful for. Some countries have considered using it for elections. I'll have to verify that if it's being used for elections right now. Some countries, like Ethiopia, are using it in the educational system to keep track of students and grades. Some blockchains are more popular than others. Some coins are more popular than others. And just because a coin is hot, brand new thing in town, fresh, hot meat, just because everybody's talking about this coin doesn't necessarily mean that the coin is good for you. That's for you to decide. There are tools that will help you decide whether or not this coin might be something worth investing in. The first resource I'm going to throw your way is CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap is a website that is a very reliable source for information about each blockchain and each coin. And by information, here's what you're looking for. You're looking for a white paper. Better than that, you're looking for a github.com account that has the open source code for that network that this coin is running on. You're looking for a Discord group. You're looking for a Telegram group. You're looking for an official website that links to official things. It links to a LinkedIn. It links to a Twitter. It links to a Discord. It links to a Telegram. And the awesome thing about CoinMarketCap and whether or not you can trust it as a source to help you do your research is because they're not going to post a fake link to a website. Some of these scammers out here think they're slick. And what they'll do is let's take our Cordo for example. Let's say we have cordo.com. Here's what they might do. They might buy a domain that looks like Cordo, but it's C0RDO.com. You click on that, you connect your MetaMask wallet to that, you're in trouble. Because it's not real. So these are some of the things to consider when you're doing your own research. This video covered a lot. And it didn't cover everything. The more I learn, the more there is to learn. So if you are a person who's passionate about learning, if you have a thirst for knowledge, the type of knowledge that can help improve people's situations in life, that can help improve the quality of life for people who need it the most. If you're that kind of person, then I implore you, I beg of you, I behoove you. Really, I urge you to do your own research, starting with CoinMarketCap. They are an excellent source for reliable information, period. Some things to look out for while you're on CoinMarketCap that might help you evaluate the strength of a coin or a project. One thing I always look for, how many developers are working on this project? Is this a three-man operation? A one-man operation? I don't trust it. Because in open source, so many people can contribute. So if it's a 1, 2, 3-man operation, that might as well be centralized. That might as well be shackles and chains. But if you have developers from all over the world contributing and verifying each other's changes in the code, then for me and my decision-making process, I prefer to trust that chain/coin that has the most developers working on it. And not even just developers, because one of my favorite chains, one of my personal favorite chains, is the Graph protocol. The Graph protocol has a role for everybody. The purpose of the Graph protocol is to be like a library, like a Dewey Decimal System almost, of all the blockchain data that exists on all the different blockchain networks, which is really cool because it's decentralized, because you have people who are in charge of curating, meaning they're finding information about a topic. Let's say they're finding all the blockchain information about audio NFTs. If their information is good and tested and verified, they've added value to that blockchain. There are 3 other roles in the Graph protocol, and I think that what we'll do is we'll discuss that in the next video, because there really is something for everybody. But with that being said, I woke up to some very, very, very disheartening news, you could say. I happened to click on a Telegram link notification that popped up. And this notification said, there's still time. We're not done with the airdrop. There's still time. You can still get your airdrop. Airdrop. That's when they're gonna send you some money to your wallet. They just need the address. Would you give your home address to just anybody? I wouldn't. And then doing further research, I went on to the Graph Protocol's website, their official website. I went on to the social media section that shows their links, and I saw the Telegram symbols. I said, okay, let's click on it. Maybe it's not a scam. I clicked on it. You know what it said? It said, we will never do an airdrop. They don't mess with airdrops, ever. I really appreciate them for putting it out there that clearly. And it didn't take me long to find that information. Maybe 5 minutes. But the accumulation of knowledge took maybe, a year and a half. That's why it's important for me to share whatever I learn with you, for 2 reasons. I don't want anybody getting scammed. I got scammed. It happens. And it hurt my feelings. But it didn't make me want to quit learning. If anything, it made me want to learn more about how did this happen and why. So that's the first reason why I want to share this information. The second reason why is because it really does help me. It helps me to know that I'm explaining something to somebody who might not have a clue of where to start. So if you found this video helpful, please let me know. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Bye!